Well, hey there, everyone. It's been a little bit of time since we've done a show and tell. The JOB gets in the way as normal, so here we are, a couple of releases behind, but let's get into it. So 48285, a little backstory on this sheet. We were looking to release one of these subjects as part of our NATS decal last year when the NATS were held here in Texas. But we didn't have all the reference data we needed, so we held short on releasing this specific aircraft. We did the F-105 and so much artwork we do, I can't remember it all. But anyways, oh yeah, the F-18 that we did. So a couple of really cool subjects. I've seen a couple built up. Really nice work you guys are doing out there. But this Tomcat was going to be part of that sheet, but it wasn't. So let's go ahead and get into it. So a couple of jets from VF-201. We have an F-4N here and an F-14A. The F-14A, I'm not sure if folks have seen this one, but it is get a higher resolution. There we go. So this was in 15 November 98. This is when actually the Finney flight of the last Tomcat to leave 201 to go to the Boneyard as they transitioned out of this aircraft and went into the Hornet. So this aircraft was named the Jim Bob Express. And there was graffiti all over the nose of this airplane, but the markings you're seeing here are the actual markings on the day of the Finney flight. So the story behind that, as far as the Jim Bob markings go, is there was a pilot assigned to, a Rio that was assigned to the aircraft that he passed away during a failed ejection sequence, and he wasn't able to get out of the airplane, and he was known in the squadron as Jim Bob. And so that's how this is really taking a while to load. There's so many rivets and pixels on the F4 markings that it just takes a while to fill in. I usually don't have this problem on any of the other aircraft, but when it comes to things with a lot of rivet detail, my video card just starts crunching and grinding to get these things populated. So bear with me here. Anyways, we'll continue to talk. So black-tailed F-14A, the Jim Bob was on both sides of the aircraft. There's a little debate that was going on in the squadron on what names were actually on the F-14, but we got some help from on some references from Carl Richards and Paul Payne. Paul Payne was the the last commander. He was the last CO of 201 when they transitioned out of the Tomcat. So we were able to make sure we got the names right on that guy. Carl Richards is also a big photographer out here in NASGRB. He's got a ton of photographs going all the way back to way before when I was out here. And when he ejected, and it was a failed ejection sequence, and he passed away. Very well liked in the squadron. So last Finney flight for the Tomcat out of the squadron, they named the aircraft the Jim Bob Express. So that's where that comes from. You can see, I'll show you later in another graphic, that there is a lot of graffiti on the nose of the airplane. Some of these pictures you can find online. If you just Google the Buno of the aircraft, you'd be amazed at what you can find. But the F-4N is super colorful. I really like the way this aircraft looks. We could not get confirmation on the names on this aircraft, so we decided to not put them on the decal sheet. But super colorful aircraft. These were this jet. These specific markings were on the aircraft in August of '77. You can find a couple of high-res photographs online of this guy. But we got all the references we could, but we just could not make out the names. So like I said, we elected to delete them, or not include them, rather. So again, bear with me, guys, as we fill in all these pixels. There we go. All right, we're just about there. There we go. Okay, so you can see the markings on this aircraft. Very colorful tail. We've included the more prominent stencil decals like your ejection seat triangles and things of that nature. The canopy release mechanism markings are in yellow, so you can see them on the black. And then the one unique aspect of this aircraft is they had the 1000 on the nose versus the typical 100 you would see as the CAG jet. So the other thing you'll notice here, so it varies from B's to N's on the serial number. They're all hard wing aircraft, meaning a narrow chord airplane, but the tail antenna ECM sensor here is sometimes they're on these aircraft, sometimes they're not. We verified that on this specific aircraft, even though it's an N, it does have the old style sensor on the tail there. So, all right, so let's go to the back of the instruction sheet, and not a whole lot of markings on this. A lot of really old, dirty F-14s. The stencils are there, but you can't really see them because the aircraft are so grimy. They didn't pay a whole lot of attention to this airplane before it went to the boneyard. So we included, again, only the major stencils. We did verify the plane captain markings on the nose gear door, so those are accurate for this specific aircraft on this specific day. And then you can see here some of the graffiti that was painted on the aircraft before it left. Again, Google the Buno number, and you'll find a handful of more photographs of what they all did to this aircraft. Way too hard to replicate in decal form, so we chose not to. And then on the top view, so the way we address the leading edge of the vertical stab, there's 3 decals here that put these on first, then the larger decal on top of them, and you should be able to cover all those antennas on the tail, no problem. Okay. So we recommend you use the stencil sheet from the Tamiya kit. Very, very well done stencil sheet for that guy. It captures all the stencils you typically see on an F4. There's really no point in us including in the decal sheet, so there you go. All right, as far as the decal sheet goes, so focusing on the Jim Bob Express aircraft, again, crew names, plane captain names, intake markings, things of that nature. The Jim Bob Express marking on either side of the tail is exactly the same, and formation lights. So that pretty much covers that. You go down to the F4 markings, you can see the colorful tail decals there. Again, ejection seat triangles, major markings, things of that nature. So again, use it to me as stencils and you'll have it all covered. Little insert here on this guy. The big navy that's on the aft part of the fuselage, and the AF that goes on the tops and bottoms of the outer portions of the wings on the F4. So yeah, this one's been available for a little bit. It sold extremely well when first released. Still get a lot of orders coming in on this one. F-14 is always popular. So yeah, swing on by, take a look. I think this guy goes for $16 if I remember correctly. So available on our sheet, or excuse me, the sheet's available on our website. So enjoy. Thanks.